And we're live. Back again. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Max, Maximilian, but you can call me Max for short. Got my co-host with me again, Lando.
What's going on?
What's
We in
good, baby? Yo, so this your boy Max and Lando. We're just two dudes, living the life, trying to survive these ex-wives that we got in our back pockets all the time. But man, today's topic is entitled Five Myths of Marriage and the Reality of Those Situations. So we kind of did a little rundown of some little topic points we want to touch on today. So we're just gonna jump right in it. And the first topic being the frequency of sex during your relationship or your marriage. Lando, we can go ahead and let you start it off with what you want to hit on that point.
Yeah, that's a primary point right there. The frequency of sex. Most people get long distance relationships and lead towards marriage because ultimately most men believe that it is a pathway to permanent access to vagina. You know,
True.
it really isn't. It's a trap.
True.
It's like in the beginning of a relationship, you have that genuine visceral desire to want to just fuck, and it's normal. And
Right.
sometimes you tend to give a lot of sex, but as time goes on, it turns into like a little reward. You know what I mean, for
Right.
giving in to doing what she wants and bending to her will. And then, especially if you get married, once she knows that she got you locked in, that frequency of sex starts to die down, and then
Right.
it's all the excuses and then the put offs. You know what
Right. And yeah, and I find it likes to it turn in a lot of cases it turns into it goes from a genuine desire to want to be intimate with that person to a negotiation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
yeah, so like, now you're negotiating and that clearly takes any kind of passion away from that interaction with your woman, or
And
vice versa.
you know what else is interesting about it too? It happens in a very slow, subtle fashion. You know
Oh,
what
absolutely.
I mean? Like if it was something that happened immediately, I mean, most guys would be like, "Hey, something's changed. This ain't right."
Right, right. No,
But it happens.
by the time you realize you are you 10 years down the road, like she's got you locked in.
Yeah, and then you look up and it's like your vitality is not what it used to be,
Nope.
and you find yourself in this position like, hey, why am I bargaining for something that pretty much I did the majority of investing in to get to this point?
Right,
You know,
right.
it should be no question, but it's like the ways of a woman is designed in such a way to just psych you out. They
Right.
do that intentionally to secure their long term access to you.
Right. And that's another reason why you see a lot of dudes even move in with a chick. You know,
Oh,
they because they think, "Oh, I got vagina right next to me now. I can get it all the time now."
yeah.
Nope.
And then they wonder how come it doesn't happen. You move
Right.
in with a chick, you think you got that permanent pussy. Next thing you know, you only getting sex twice a month.
Yeah, exactly.
That, and it's
You-
like, wait a minute, I went backwards. I used to get more sex
right.
when I had to go pick the bitch up from somewhere.
Right. 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 And in Rollo Tomasi's book, The Rational Male, both of us have read this book. If you fellas out there have not got The Rational Male, it's a recommended read. And I'm not getting paid for it. We're not getting paid for any kind of plug in on this book. This book's just awesome.
And,
How,
and then
um,
he did come out with another book called Preventative Medicine, which
yeah,
dives in a lot deeper. And man, I mean, the stuff that he has in his book is not new. It's just that he's one of the first people to give it a name what most men are going through. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
He's
I
focusing on
I
the
haven't
parts
read the
that every
Preventative.
man is thinking about, but
Yeah,
either don't know what to call it, or they're too afraid to talk about it because they're worried about the social repercussions behind
Oh
actually
yeah,
voicing these things.
absolutely, dude. There's a lot of social repercussions from that. So but I haven't gotten on the preventative medicine yet, but I'm gonna definitely cop that. But in my case, with my ex, uh, when we first got together, dude, I'm talking like we was like rabbits. It was crazy. Like I'd be at work and she'll be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm just working. I'm about to take lunch. Let me come over with you on lunch." And then we get it done on lunch break, and then I go back to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
that,
mean,
and then you
it was like
fast forward. Listen, you fast forward about 10 years or whatever, and it's like, "Yo, I'm horny." And tell me when you're not horny. It's like, really?
right. It's like
Really?
the level of sarcasm and disrespect is just crazy. But here's the thing, though: if she was to say, "Yo, I'm horny," you're supposed to respect that.
Man, seriously. Like if I reject that, all hell will break loose. But she,
And let me
that,
tell you, when I was in college, before me and my ex actually got married and stuff like that,
yeah.
she couldn't get off my dick. There'd be times I'd be wanting to be like, "Let's do something else. Let's watch a
Right. Like take a break.
let's spend some quality time together."
Right.
And she would just be on my lap, just humping me, just
Mhm.
like she's in heat or some shit.
Right, right. And
And then
it's
it's like you said, fast forward some years, and all of a sudden it's like discard. You know what I mean?
man, seriously. And it's funny, like people who listening to this, they might think, well, that's just the type of woman you had. Like, nah, bro, this happens to many, many a men when
Oh
it
yeah.
to intimacy. It,
Usually the
it's,
guys that say, "Oh, that's just the type of women you deal with,"
yeah,
that usually comes from young men that's still in their early 20s. Let
yeah,
me
they
tell
just don't
y'all
know.
young folks,
They just
keep
don't
living
know.
a little longer, and you will see.
Man, seriously.
I'm telling you. You know what I
And
mean?
it ain't from
And
any.
it's not just one woman; it's every woman. There's a pattern. It's like when you take
Yeah.
that red pill, you starting to be awakened to the patterns that women follow.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's like once you like get broken away from this idea that all women are different, you get to see that they're more the same than you're willing to admit.
Oh, absolutely.
Even when it comes
Absolutely.
down to the women in your family, they no one is exempt.
No, absolutely. And what's crazy is like my outlook on it now is if I'm providing all these, resources that I'm bringing to the table, then one of my prerequisite is, sex on demand. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The minute she start telling me no, I'm like, I'm out, though. I'm
Oh
just,
yeah,
I don't have that I
because
don't
you
have that
bring
that
to the table. What
yeah, I don't have
to
that
bargain with in order for you in order for you to accept being told no? What does she have to bargain with?
right.
You
And
know,
I
she
just
don't
don't
have
have
no
that.
retirement fund that you can
Mm.
live off of.
No, I
You
don't
know,
have that tolerance anymore, man, for her to sit there and tell me no all the time. I'm like, nope. Like I'm out the door then. I'll find somebody else on the road that's gonna handle
but
the
I mean, because here's the thing: this is what usually gets women quiet. Not many men know this, but when you ask a woman a question, if something was to happen to me tomorrow or even today,
yeah.
what is it that you can possibly do within your own power to help me out of that situation? If she can't answer that question, that means only thing she's bringing to the table is her fucking vagina.
Right, right. True that, true that.
Because on the tables, if you flip the script, if she was to ask you that question, and if you're blue pilled, I guarantee you can come up with five different solutions to save her from herself.
Oh, absolutely.
But she can't come up with not one to
Mm-mm.
save you from whatever it is.
No, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So I
'Cause,
mean, at the end of the day, women really don't have nothing to bargain with.
no,
So,
they're just not built like that either. You know what I'm saying? Like biologically, they're just not built like that.
and which brings us to a next topic: the myth that women are the prize,
Right.
and
Right.
then the reality is we are because it's like we have everything that they're trying to win.
Absolutely. And like I said, that topic, we leading into the next topic now. The women are the prize. you see often a man will get down on his knees, you know what I'm saying, to propose to this woman. And yet throughout the marriage, he is the provider, the protector, freaking guidance counselor, emotional tampon. Like he's all these jobs and these hats.
Mm-hmm.
And what does she do? Maybe cook. Like today's women don't cook. They got their own career, so they're not spending that much time in the kitchen anymore.
See, women are so wrapped up in their careers that they've forgotten how to even survive using their own natural talents.
Right.
Like if society crumbled today, a woman would not be able to provide for her children
Mm-mm.
because she's so used to the amenities that society provides for her to
Yep.
be able to provide for her children.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Yeah. Right on. You know, and it's just crazy. You know, I think like anything that a woman can say that she says she does for her man or brings to the table for her family and yada yada yada. At the end of the day, if there was an intruder to break in your house,
I mean? Hmm.
that man is going to be the one who's going to go investigate. Let's keep it real. So he is basically putting his life on the line to
Hmm.
protect his household. That trumps anything a woman does.
Oh,
Anything. If he ready to die, if he's ready to die, that trumps everything she can possibly brag about when it comes to saying she does X, Y, and Z for her family. Like you're
so
not dying. You're not going to die.
yeah. So when a woman has access to a man, this is what proves that the man is the prize.
Right.
She is gaining access to protection, provision,
Yep.
also the man's utility in terms of labor, what he can do for her. There's
Right.
a multitude of stuff that he's going to be willing to dispose of himself to please her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like men can't really say that women are willing to do that for them
Right.
unless the guy is like making a lot of money or has a lot of social influence. Your typical quote unquote alpha. You know what I mean?
Right. And as you're saying, like as we've spoken before, before we started this channel, you don't build a queendom, you build a kingdom.
Right.
And a woman is not bringing any man up to social standings. Like she, first of all, she doesn't even seek out men that are lower than her. Like
Mm-mm.
that's just their nature in general. They don't go after dudes that are lower on the economic status than the economic scale than they are. So
Usually when they do go after a man that's lower standard, like they do sometimes, but it's for a
yeah,
different reason.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's few and far between. I mean, their biological nature is to go after the dudes that are higher standing and socially or financially.
Yeah, when they usually when they I just wanted to say this, usually when they go after a man that's lower on the rungs,
Mhm.
it's out of carnal desire for the most part. Like you hear it all the time, like the same women that say, "Oh, most men are intimidated by my success." Those are
Yeah,
the same women that date bums that got like four different baby mamas and no
right,
job.
right, right.
And it's like, wait a minute, if men are intimidated by her success, why is she dating the brokest dude she can find?
Oh, she's trying to play Captain. She's trying to play Captain Save-A-Ho in reverse. Trying to fix a dude. Which
Yeah,
like to do that a lot.
she's thinking her vagina is gonna fix the dude.
Yeah, which they like to do it a
It's
lot.
like those types of guys, the fuckboy status, they get so much ass because they appeal to that drama side that women crave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
And
doubt.
women don't want to give that up until they get either too close to the wall or past the wall.
Absolutely.
But even in they still have it in their head thinking that they're the prize, but really it's like they're not.
No, not absolutely not.
Because a prize has to have benefits.
Right, and that whole notion is part of the social conditioning that we're put through too. And that's all for the benefit of the female imperative. That's
Right.
It's pretty much all it is. It's just for the benefit of this society that is caters to women. So
Exactly. I mean,
yeah,
and,
moving on. Yeah,
and
go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
what say?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that it's like if the woman is the prize, right?
Hmm.
Then at some point they should be able to be acquired, but they don't because they continue doing this thing called shit testing.
Hmm. And that's
I
going.
mean, you can't acquire them because it's like they're always moving the goalposts.
Yeah, oh, dude, dude, I'll tell you, bro.
I mean, you can acquire them, but you can't truly acquire them. Not from the perspective of how women. I mean, excuse me, how men look at relationships.
Yeah.
It's like we
So
kind of look at stuff in terms of reciprocity, whereas they look at love in a opportunistic standpoint.
right, right. So that going into our next topic there, the end of shit testing
Hmm.
to marriage. It just doesn't happen. You like, they're at the beginning of relationships. Women gonna shit test you, just period. But
And new relationships,
the idea that you're gonna get to relax after you married her, like you've given her the ultimate prize, because that's their ultimate prize, right? Is to be married. If she desires to be married, then that's her ultimate goal, is to be married. And once you marry her, you think that, okay, now I can relax. We're gonna settle in the groove and just live life and be hunky dory, happy. No, she's still gonna shit test you. It's just the way it is, and she wants you to be the man of the house, but at the same time, they want to take that power from you. It's crazy. It's crazy because they keep pushing you buttons, and they want to take that power from you, but they want you to keep it at the same time.
yeah, and that comes from just a lack of understanding of how they operate. You know what I mean?
Right.
They use the shit testing as a way to keep you performing because that's what they're in it for.
Right.
Their own entertainment. They want to keep seeing you perform. The moment you stop performing or not perform to the level of their expectations is when the relationship ends and they either monkey branch to someplace else or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So that's really what the shit test is really all about, to try to keep you on your toes.
Right. And that whole do I look good in this dress, or does this dress make me look fat? Like all of that is shit testing.
Yep.
I'm straight up. I'm telling you, like if your woman,
Even when they ask, "Do you love me?" or
right,
anything like that,
yeah,
they don't give a shit if you love them or not. What they care about is how much influence and control do they still maintain over you. That's what
yeah,
they're really interested in.
yeah, absolutely. And if your woman has put on a little bit of weight or whatever, and you're not feeling attracted to it, don't tell her, yes, honey, you still look good. I mean, tell her no. Like you gonna put on some pounds, girl. Just you need to hit that gym. Like keep it real with her. Tell her no, no, you do not look good.
Oh
Woman,
yeah, because you know what? They will keep
no.
it real with you. The moment
Yeah.
your sex is not like making her heels kick up to the ceiling no more, she gonna
She
let
gonna,
you know.
yeah, she gonna freaking let you
No
know.
qualms. Oh, you came too fast that time. I think you falling off. You better get.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude. And they don't even be like gentle about it either.
Oh no, they want that shit to cut deep because
Man, they try to cut you deep.
oh yeah,
They straight try to cut you deep. There's no sugarcoating it, nothing, dude. And you want to be all soft with them. You be like, no, honey. Oh, honey, let's do.
the
Okay,
modern
honey.
male has
Nah,
this
all right.
of trying to protect a woman's feelings and
Yup,
protect her ego.
yup.
And you can't do that because they don't give a
No,
shit about yours.
nope. You gotta be straight brutal with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't gotta like be savagery.
Yeah, you ain't got to be malicious about it,
Yeah,
but
you gotta be
you gotta
malicious
be
and savage,
you
but you
gotta
gotta be.
be unapologetically honest about it because
Yeah,
the thing is like when you do that, it sends endorphins in their brain and that just excites them. It's
Mhm.
strange. I mean, it's masochistic, but for some weird reason, women
Yep.
are attracted to that kind of drama.
Right.
Again,
And it also keeps that what Rolo was talking about in his book, that competition anxiety up.
mm,
It
yeah,
increases that competition anxiety. Because like we say, like going back to topic number one about frequency of sex, it dwindles down based on the fact that there's no competition anymore. There's no competition anxiety for her anymore because she's got you now. Now she ain't got to perform like she used to. But if
right,
you still driving that competition up by her putting on a few pounds and you actually tell her, yo, I'm not attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do something about that. Oh, this, or you go around the block and you like, damn, that girl looking good right there. And you showing her what you're attracted to, she just might either she gonna leave like you want to do, or she gonna step her game up, and she
right.
she gonna be blowing you every time you get in the house. You know.
Because I mean, women have their own way of doing that, keeping up that competition anxiety with blue pill men. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm sure you heard it before how some women are just like super attracted to celebrities that they'll never meet, but they
Mm-hmm.
will overtly express
Oh
uh,
yeah.
their attraction towards them.
Right.
Just recently, I saw it in social media. It was on my timeline. Some dude, I guess his wife, girlfriend, I don't know, somebody he's been in LTR with, met some celebrity in person. I forget if he was a wrestler or something.
Mm-hmm.
But she wanted to take a picture with this dude by herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the dude pushed him out the way.
Oh
So
hell no.
he was pretty much a cuckold at that point.
Man, that's straight shit testing right there on top.
Oh yeah.
That's straight up shit
And
testing.
she
'Cause,
didn't
like,
have no problem with it. She was just
right.
teasing.
And you know what she would have done though, had he manned up on it, had he went alpha male on it, she would have gaslighted him at that point
Oh yeah.
to make him feel bad for going alpha male, pulling the alpha male card on it. There's just no way you're gonna like push me out of the way. That
Right. No, it's even worse. Say if he would have met like a female celebrity that he thought was hot.
man, oh god.
The end of the relationship right there.
Right.
Like, hey baby, I'm gonna go take a picture with Holly Berry.
Man.
You can't be in it. It's like what?
Right. Like I told you, either she gonna leave or she gonna be blowing them like in 5 minutes. Like you said earlier, they got that masochistic kind of funny way about them, but
Mhm.
they step up their game. Either they leave or they step up their game. It's just one way to you can't be, you know,
That's just that hypergamy, you know.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You ever seen this video? Like some of these videos I think might be fake, but then again, you never know. There
Yeah.
was a guy, it was one of those hole buster, gold digger prank videos, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
This
lot of
guy
those
walks
fake.
up to this girl and her boyfriend,
Yeah.
and I guess it's like on a boardwalk in California or somewhere. And she got this like green bikini, and she looking fine and everything. And
Oh, yeah, I think I might have seen that one.
he just rolls up on her like, hey, what's up? I was wondering if you could just get a coffee. And the guy, obviously, he felt disrespected because some
Right.
random dude is rolling up on his girlfriend trying to ask her out.
Right.
So when they both rejected him, the girl and the guy both rejected him, he kind of like conceded and it was like, all right. So then when he walked off and started his Lamborghini, the woman looked around, she turned around and instantly changed her whole attitude, dropped her
Right.
boyfriend in, and basically was pleading to the boyfriend, yeah, I'm gonna go out with this guy. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
And it's like the balls on this bitch. First, she was talking about how loyal she was, and within that split second,
Yeah.
turns around and delivers like the ultimate shit test.
Man, it stabbed him in the back. Yeah,
Basically,
dude.
the ultimatum of, well, if you wanted me, you should have been at his status. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, exactly. And even if those videos are fake or whatever, on some level that stuff happens.
Oh, definitely on some level that shit is
Yeah,
true because
that is straight up
let's
true.
let's say for argument's sake the video was fake. Why would the woman choose to portray herself in that light?
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I mean, and that's
Well,
why.
that actually brings us to our next topic, the illusion of love.
Yeah,
And men have this men love women. Like we love women for the woman, right?
right.
And women love men for what they can provide them. So that whole situation or that video just basically describes hypergamy in one case, and two, how another man's provisions will cause a woman to leave her current lover, and go after that dude because they love opportunistically. If I'm saying that right.
Yeah,
But
they look opportunistically. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Look at
yeah.
opportunity. You know
Right,
that is where their love stems from.
right. And
I
men
mean,
think, and we have this illusion, like we have this illusion that they love us the same way. They just don't.
no, because how we love, it's almost like an exchange. You know what I mean?
Right,
You know, like I did this for you, so you're supposed to do this for me. You know,
right. And
it's
men,
that kind of a pattern. Whereas how women look at it, like I'm here, so you're supposed to do all this stuff for me, and
right,
that's the end of it. You know what I mean?
right. Yep.
They think that their existence is enough to garner unlimited access to your utility.
You're right.
Whereas we look at it as there's got to be an even exchange consistently. We look for the
Right.
consistency of things.
Correct. And a lot of men are under the illusion that if we doing X, Y, and Z for you know a significant amount of time, well, we have that to fall back on, like it's equity built into a house or something, and
Right.
they don't give a crap about that.
And it doesn't work like that because
No,
men age like houses while women age like cars. They
absolutely.
depreciate over time. And with
Right,
that, their morality depreciates too. So it's
right.
no matter what you invest into the relationship, as it gets closer towards the end of the relationship, that equity is gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you've done doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, absolutely, not at
Because
all.
if women actually had the capacity for honor, they would look at what you've invested and respect that. But the
Right,
only thing that women actually respect in a relationship is fear.
right.
I mean, not necessarily fear from like physical violence, but fear of something they have to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like women fear not having access to a man's resources
right.
or his
And
his
they can lose, and they'll lose sight of that if they see another man or something in another picture, coming in the picture. They'll lose sight of that because they run largely on emotions, and emotions are satisfactory for the moment. Like they like for me, like for us men, logic it transcends, like it expands over a period of time. Like we will make decisions
Mhm.
on past outcome or potential future outcome of whatever decision we're making at that moment in time. Whereas women, they're so wrapped up in that emotion, they'll make a decision and not even think about what possible future outcome would come about it.
Oh yeah, because they're going off of their feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they're operating from, not from what's happening at that moment in time, but they're operating from how they feel at that moment in time.
right.
So it's like, oh, I feel this way. Damn reality, that doesn't matter. I need to
Mm,
feel better, or I need to be pleasured in some way that lets me know that everything is okay. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, it's like when they operate like that, where it's just from self-centered going outward. That's solipsism. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely. And that's how you see, and that's how you end up with, you know, if you're a guy like me who is the one who actually, initiated the separation and consequently divorce from my ex, you break it off with them, and they're like trying to clamor at your heels to get back with you and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, because they're disillusioned because they feel like, hey, that's my job. I'm the one that's supposed to be able to leave, not you.
Right, right. So it
So, and I guarantee you, she's only nipping at your heels so she can get back in the groove, so she can
mhm.
flip the script and then leave you.
Yep, yep, absolutely.
That way she'll feel like she's on top and she's holding the cards.
Yeah, what else is so crazy is like, say hypothetically, right? She's trying to stick around and still trying to throw these little nuggets in there to get me back and stuff like that, right? And I'm thinking all the while she's doing this, I'm outside of the 5 year marriage, in the books in the eyes of the law, right?
Mhm.
After that 5 years of marriage in the state I'm in, they they have the opportunity for alimony. You get like division of assets is a lot different. Like what I'm saying, you talk about division of debt, you talk about division of assets and whatnot. But since I'm above, since I have not hit that mark, my stuff is my stuff, her debts, her, what I'm saying, her assets are her assets.
You basically get to keep all your stuff, and
Yeah,
she can't.
yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you so conniving that you could possibly drag me out. Like, if you try to get back with me, and let's say I'm a weak man, right? Let's say
Yeah,
I'm weak.
I mean, that's what happened with Kobe Bryant. You know,
Yeah, let's say I'm weak and we get back together, and then she wait till that 5 year. Like, I'm just thinking, like, you're so sadistic and conniving that you could wait to that 5 year mark and then decide to leave me and then take my money,
mhm.
take on your stupid student debt and crap like that. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let it. I made this decision. It's the right decision. You don't turn back, don't go back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay strong.
Oh yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But let's go ahead and move into our next topic. I don't know how long we've run over on this video, but let's get it in. Happy
Black, fat
life.
guy, the illuminati
Yeah,
black
that
guy.
that whole paradigm, that
Yeah,
whole
you hear it a lot.
social,
You
that's
know,
complete brainwash.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense because it's like, how if you got a happy life, how are you going to have a happy life when you're the one actually building the lifestyle? She's
Yeah,
also
no,
is existing in it.
I
You know,
hear I hear it I hear it elsewhere. I think it was I think it was Patrice O'Neal actually. I was listening to one of Patrice O'Neal's videos. R.I.P. Patrice. But he said a happy wife is a miserable husband, and a happy husband is a happy family.
yes,
Saying, but yeah, like it's just like, to me, that whole saying, like, every time I hear it, it completely disgusts me. To be straight up honest with you, dude, it just completely disgusts me, because
it,
all it is,
thinking of
all it is brainwashing. Listen, all it is brainwashing to further along the female agenda, further along the female imperative, which is to keep the man constantly, constantly, day in and day out, making him, basically turning him into a slave to her happiness.
basically keeping him on a hamster wheel and keeping him wound up.
Absolutely, dude. He is a rabbit running through the maze with a carrot attached to his nose. That's
That's really what that all about. The happy life thing is Stockholm syndrome at the end of the day.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's where you basically giving over all the power to your wife
Yep.
and banking on, okay, if as long as she's happy, we're all good.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's like that's not going to make her happy. It's going to
No.
make her miserable for her to be holding your balls because that
Yep.
means you
It
don't
is.
have to hold the
She,
responsibility
she,
and the accountability that
no,
you're supposed to be holding.
right. And you doing all this right to bend over backwards for her. She's not going to respect you anymore after that. So it's just crazy. It's crazy that, they push the narrative of happy wife, happy life, but then the minute you doing all this for her, she just like, I can say whatever I want and he gonna do it. And
Women can help themselves. It's in their nature to abuse good situations that they're in, but
yeah,
they
it did.
respect bad situations. When they have
Yeah,
limitations placed on them to where they can't move within an inch, they'll complain about it, but they'll
yeah,
respect you.
absolutely, they will.
They will respect. I mean, case in point, you look at any relationship that's genuinely a bad relationship with a man is just a complete abusive asshole. How long
Mhm.
does a woman usually stay with such a man?
Decades,
And she'll make
decades,
every excuse of why she didn't leave him. Oh, I was afraid. But if she's with a decent guy, she will leave that motherfucker in a heartbeat
man.
and not have any respect
Or
for.
abusing.
It was like
She'll, she'll,
I'm not afraid of this guy. He's just too nice.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, so
Either she'll either like you said, either
no.
she'll leave him, like you say, either she'll leave him or she will disrespect him on a constant basis, which is what
Mhm.
was my case. She just straight disrespected me on a constant basis. You know what I'm saying? And just, when I question her out on it, I got gaslighted. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, well, am I really overreacting? No, I'm like looking inside, self-evaluating to see, am I coming correct with the way I'm feeling?
Yeah, you never want to let a woman cause you to second guess your resolve.
Right. And
Never.
that is a lesson I have so learned with my ex. And
Even, even if you feel like that you might have misstepped, you don't let her see that.
nah, you got
You
that
know,
right.
you
Absolutely.
resolve that on your own time in privacy, but you never allow a woman to make you second guess any decision that you so choose.
Right, because you taking yourself out of the masculine when you do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a form of shit testing, like we talked about earlier too.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. And then just I have never come across anything like that, and I had to I had to marry it. Obviously, like what the heck?
I had to deal with that so much with my ex that it was a constant thing,
Yeah.
with
Right,
her narcissism. I've always found her like it would happen so fast. You know what I mean? Like
right,
I would say we're gonna do something, and then she would question it in that instant, and then just from her questioning it, it would make me think, wait, I don't need to answer this shit. What I said was what I said.
right,
But it was like sometimes she would catch me, and I would find myself explaining myself to her of why I'm choosing to do something. And it's like, no, I'm the king of this castle. I'm
right,
the king of this kingdom. I
man,
don't have to explain nothing to her.
right.
If she doesn't accept what I'm talking about, fuck her.
Yeah.
Because
There's the door.
she's
There-
not the one
There's
that
the door.
ability to do whatever it is I'm talking about doing.
Yup, and man, like I said, if you listen to this, guys, tell her, dude. If she ain't with the program, there's the door. You gotta be willing to let it go. Let it go. Don't
Don't
be
feel
like,
bad
don't
about
don't make the mistake I did.
you
Don't
should
make the mistake
never
I
feel
did and
bad
stay
about telling
14
a woman
years.
to fuck off. Seriously.
Right, seriously. Yeah, don't make the mistake.
That's not disrespect. That's protecting yourself.
Man, self-preservation. Because these women are not gonna take, and man, you give them an inch, they will take a mile.
Yo, let me give you a book from how women think. Because it's really easy once you understand it.
Yeah.
You look at any dating website, or even if you talk to a woman for the first time, and you ask her, what does she look for in a relationship? You know what the first thing that most women say?
What's that?
respect me. Now, as a man, if you don't pick up on the fact that women, that's like the top of their list because they know that respect is authority and it's power in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if a woman is not saying, "Oh, I want a guy who's nice and open and talks about his feelings," if she's saying, "I want a man to respect me as a woman," it's like, why are we talking like that as men about ourselves and what we require?
Man, seriously.
You know what I mean?
That's because we're blinded by the JJ. You know what I'm saying? We
Exactly.
dang.
And that's what's so important about the red pill. Don't
Yeah.
ever expect a woman to love you. You should require that a woman respect you above all else.
Right.
Don't ever expect her to love you because the reality is she's not.
Man,
Ever.
the next chick I get with, dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be like, yo, as soon as you disrespect me, you out the door, yo.
Right. I
Tell
mean, hey,
Get out of line one time.
I've
I
seen
got a
it.
zero tolerance policy now, dog.
Seriously.
Straight zero tolerance.
Policy.
I got a zero tolerance policy now, dude. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not doing all that drama stuff. As soon as you say, if you come off at me one way or another, out of line, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's the door. And you know what? What's the crazy thing? They get turned on by that.
Yep. And this is what's aggravating about it because it's like the PUA community is accustomed to this. You know,
yeah.
they will call a woman on her bullshit and tell her where to go and shit like that, knowing that she'll get turned on. But the reason why I don't subscribe to PUA tactics is because it takes an unlimited amount of energy to keep that shit.
It does, dude. It does.
It takes a lot of energy to keep gaming a woman and spinning her plate like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I got other things that I'm doing. I'm like being innovative and creating things. And the last thing I want to do is invest that much energy in a pussy.
And that's why we're MGTOW. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you ain't giving it, if I take you on a date, you know, I'm the MGTOW still, you know, mess with women, but like if you ain't giving it up within the first 2-3 dates, yeah, I'm done with you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't waste my time. It's like I'll talk to a chick, I might chat her up a little bit, but if she's not on the same page with what I'm looking for, I literally got better things to do.
Man,
I literally I will not hesitate to like just drop her like a bad habit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And men, that's what you gotta do. You gotta be ready to don't think this is the only chick you're gonna get. Don't think that you've been a little dry for like a month or two or whatever, and you haven't gotten any play from a chick. Don't think that the first chick that come along, you got to do X, Y, and Z and bend over backwards for.
You gotta do none of that
She
stuff.
ain't respecting you. If she's not respecting you, let her go.
She just gotta be on your level and be about your vibe. Because here's the reality: if you get with a chick, don't even expect to keep her. Look at women like this. When you actually hook up with one and bag one, look at it as it's just your turn, and that's all.
And there's an expiration date.
There always will be an expiration date. Even when it comes to like long distance, long-term relationships. If you look at those couples where you know they together for like 60, 70 years, and at the end of the lifespan of that relationship, when the man has died before the woman will confess and take to her grave that she ain't really love him like that.
No, I don't. I know what you mean.
She just stuck around because he was a good resource.
Yep.
And she pretty much ran his tap dry.
Oh man,
and she's thankful for the fact that he was a sucker enough to let her anchor on that long.
Right.
You know.
It's
just look at it like that. When you have encounters and interactions with women and it goes for a certain amount of time, chalk it up to it was just your turn and you got your time. Move on to the next one.
Absolutely.
Because it's part of women's biology to leave. The modern woman doesn't stay, she just leaves.
Right. The modern woman. Got that right. It's that you know, it's just scientifically proven that they get over relationships a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, because they don't have to work for them.
Yeah, no.
visible. You know what I mean?
That's what brought me in a discussion when I was having with my mom. When I told her that, I told her that women are, women have it's been a study that women, get over relationships a lot quicker. And she was like, no, that's not true. I was like, yes, it is. And she was like, no, women are more emotional. So, they tend to, linger on longer on. I was like, yeah, but
Generally, if you
still
get
get over. I was
woman,
like, you got men committing suicide at a crazy rate when it comes to divorce. You got women just not doing that stuff, man. They're
you
not.
really want a woman to understand where you're coming from when it comes to the fact that women get over relationships sooner than men.
Yeah.
Ask woman. It was like, all right, say if you get a house for free. No, I won't even say a house. Let's say if you get a pair of shoes for free
Mm-hmm.
that costs like $250, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got another pair of shoes that you love so much that you spent with your own money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of those shoes is going to matter more to you? They're going to say the ones that they spent their own money on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the difference right there. Men, when it comes to relationships, we spend our life
Right.
investing into a woman. A
Right.
woman doesn't spend her life investing shit into nobody.
Hell no. Hell no.
Maybe she might invest, depending on the kind of woman she is, she might invest her life into her kids, or she might, let society raise her kids, as the
Right.
modern woman tends to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the man is always investing into the wife and into the home and into the upkeep of the home and into the children and into the
Mm-hmm.
job, And Will Ferrell's
Mm-hmm.
book, the myth of male power, it's mentioned that men have to men show their love by being away from the home because they're busy working.
Mm-hmm.
That's how men really show their investment. But women are in the home all the time. And it's like, what are they doing while they're at home? Most of the time, it's complaining.
Yeah. Or screwing the milkman. I'm saying, or you see that, you seen that meme that goes around on Facebook. It shows the basically the timeline of marriage. You know, the man goes, she starts complaining that she wants some kids, and he gives them kids. Then she
Mm.
gets a house, and now he working so much, you just don't spend time with me no more. And
Yeah,
so
but if he works less,
yeah,
she'll be
you
complaining
can't.
like he's not making enough money.
Right. So he's off doing all his working. Well, now she needs some attention, so she goes and gets with Tyrone or James or something like that, because he was spitting that game, talking about your husband worked too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. And now she's like all in her emotions. And next thing you know, she done talk about, well, he was paying attention to me. Like, man, are you serious right now?
Well, I mean, we should add one more thing before we jump off here. The
Yeah.
whole thing of cheating, Now,
Yeah.
personally, I believe that anybody that cheats is born out of just pure selfishness.
Oh
But
yeah, absolutely.
time, I mean, I'm not justifying cheating at all. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just a fucked up, cowardly thing to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, men and women cheat for different reasons.
Oh, absolutely.
Women cheat out of vindictiveness.
That's true.
You know, Men will cheat because there's just purely something that they're not getting, and they want to go out and get it because they're men. We got the authority to get what we want. We're hunter gatherers. You know what I mean?
Right. And
That,
it's in a, it's not a cop out for men or whatever to
no,
be,
not at all. But
but it's our biological nature to procreate.
never hear about a man talking about, I'm gonna go fuck this other bitch because I want to hurt my girlfriend.
Oh,
No,
hell no. No, he
a
don't.
man goes to fuck another woman because he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's his biological nature to spread seed. That's just what
A
it is.
woman will go fuck another man because she wants to cause emotional harm.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, sometimes physical harm and death.
Right.
Because the blue-pilled man will not hold a woman responsible for a situation.
No.
So if his woman cheats, it's the guy who she's cheating with fault.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When it should be looked at as she's cheating, she's supposed to be the object of my ire. You know what I mean?
Right. And he ready to go. He ready. Now, man, I tell you, I was that blue pill dude. I was ready to destroy the dude that my ex was trying to get with.
Yeah, you know, it's like I've actually been in a situation where a woman was cheating on her man with me, and I had to find out. Like, I'm thinking this woman is single and free and not with anybody.
Yeah.
But then I find out. Lucky for me, the other dude was level-headed enough and be like, man, I don't blame you for what happened because you had no idea.
Yeah. And that just makes me it just solidifies my decision to never get married again. You know what I'm saying? When I was out at my local spot, you know what I'm saying, at the bar or whatever, there was this married woman. She was just smitten. She was all over me, dude. I'm just like, you know, she didn't take me home or anything like that, but she was like, if I wasn't married, I so would be all over you and take you home. And
oh, that's a invitation right there.
It's like, yeah, you micro cheating. It's like you micro cheating right now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, just for her saying that, that's an invitation.
Yeah, exactly. So it all it's gonna take is just the right dude
at the right time,
and it's gonna be done. She was talking about she was married. She was married for like 14 years or something, like 15 years, I think it was. She's been married to this dude.
So she's married to somebody. What's she even doing out at the bar?
Ah, man, she was with her girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, dude, like,
she shouldn't do that.
This woman was no less. It was no less.
I mean,
minutes.
You want to go by?
No more. I said that wrong. Yeah, I said that wrong. No more than 5 minutes of me walking into the bar was all big eyed and was like, "Damn!" Like that's why she looked at me, dude. She was like, "Damn, he looked good." And I was just like, I turned around. I swear, I walked up to the bar. When I say 5 minutes, it's not because she saw me and then 5 minutes later. I'm talking like I was in the bar for 5 minutes, and when she saw me, it was only a good 30 seconds before she was ready to talk to me. Like I had got my beer. She's standing right next to me, looking me up and down. And I got my beer and I turned and looked at her and she was looking at me. And I just toasted my beer to her beer. And that was the invitation right there. She started at the whole night after that, she was all over me.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, she's wrong from the get-go because she's married, she's out at the bar, and she's hanging with a single woman. If you want to go by old school relationship rules, married women is not supposed to be hanging out with unmarried women because
right. Absolutely.
That invites trouble. That don't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Nah, dude. I was just
usually
yeah.
I mean, the context of it usually is a little bit the other way around. Like a married woman would never go hang out with an unmarried woman back in the day. But an unmarried woman would go hang out with a married woman so she can learn how to be a woman.
Right.
You know
Right. I got you.
So I mean, if a married woman's going to hang out with an unmarried woman, she's looking to do some dirt on her husband.
Man,
but if an unmarried woman is hanging out with a married woman, she's trying to learn the ropes on how to be
a good wife. Yeah, good wife. Yeah. That shit, man. I don't know how long this video's done gone on, but
yeah, I think we hit all the points for this one. This
is a good one, man. This is a burner. So people's like y'all, if y'all like this video, you know, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make these videos a little bit shorter just so they're easier to digest. But sometimes like when we get to the meat of the topics,
man, we ready to get it in.
I mean, hey, if you got any comments or questions, put it in the comments section below. Tell us what you're thinking. Let us know if this content resonates with you. I mean, we definitely want to hear from y'all because we want this channel to be successful. This is Lando. I'm out of here.
All right. Your boy Max. Take it easy, peoples.